What's going on, beautiful people? I have a question that somebody asked that I'm going to address. As I always said, I would try to answer any of y'all's question. And the question was, what kind of predators are out here, and what are you scared of? This ain't a predator. That's my dog. One of my dogs, Danny, wandering around. I saw Skylar hauling ass down the trail. She's an enforcer. She goes, checks out everything. I mean, she goes all the way down to the end. I can hear her barking at whatever's down there. This one, believe it or not, this big hoss is barely a year old, and she's a big one. She's a big one. But anyway, the question was, what am I afraid of out here, as far as predator-wise? You know, before I came up here, I did some research about what kind of predators up here, and it said some things weren't even here anymore. But I think they need to adjust. I think the first time I was down on that side, I've seen possums, raccoons, squirrels, rabbits, some big ass bucks, shitload of snakes. I hadn't seen it. They say there's two kind of rattlesnakes up here. I've not seen those. Copperheads, I've killed a couple of those. And unfortunately, I've killed a couple of king snakes when I first got up here, because I was a snake killing fool. I didn't know king snakes really killed other snakes, especially poisonous snakes. So I let them live. I've also down there seen some coyotes down there. Saw a big one. This thing was probably bigger than this dog. Probably outweighed her by 40 pounds. He was a big one. I saw a big one down in Nashville a few months ago. I was taking my dog Skylar out for a walk by our complex down there, and she was going crazy, and I had Skylar with me, and Skylar was going crazy, and there was it wasn't a pond, it was a bowl that had like plants and stuff in it. It was almost like they had tried to landscape a little bit. Well, anyway, when I got close to it, this big ass coyote took off running. At that point, that was probably the biggest coyote I've ever seen. But this one down here was bigger than it. So it was a big boy. I've seen some foxes down there drinking out of a pond, little foxes. I mean, they're like little dogs. They yap a lot. Them coyotes get going at night. You get about 4, 5, 6 of them going. They make a ton of noise. On this side, I actually saw 2 big bobcats. I saw a big bobcat in Nashville one time. It probably weighed about 70 pounds. These things were healthy looking. I mean, I don't know if these bobcats have been eaten, but they've been eating good. And it was 2 of them. And I didn't have a trail down there yet. I was just working on the trail down there. And I was just trying to see where I was going to take it. And I was probably only 15 feet in the woods, and they were down a hill. And that time it was just getting spring, and leaves were kind of coming out, but they were still a lot of leaves on the ground. I could hear them walking. I mean, they sounded like they were right up next to me. And they were probably about 30 yards from me, but they were big and they didn't flinch. So I tried to sneak up to the house to get my gun, just to give them some warning shots, get them out of here, because I hadn't spent a lot of time down there, and that's probably one of the reasons they were hanging out down there, because we don't spend a lot of time down there. Dogs, Skylar just started going down there. Danny goes to the face of it up here, but she don't really go in the woods. But Skylar goes down to the pond. She's actually made her own trail down there, but I guess she hadn't encountered them yet. And then I hear it, and I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Predator. There's something in these woods that sound like that fucking Predator monster, and it gets me, it stops me in my track every time. Predator is probably one of my all-time favorite movies, 1 and 2. All them other ones after that, I'm not really feeling them. They're okay, but they're not like the first and second one. With Danny Glover in the second one, and Nick Nolte and Arnold, and Nick Nolte and what's his face? Danny Glover. I just said his name. Or in the second one, and Arnold's in the first one with a ton of stars. Of course, I can't think of their names right now. Apollo Creed's in it. He was really good. But yeah, good flick, real good flick. Anyway, what else we got up here? Oh, this is what I read that we had cougars up here, had cougars up here but they'd hunt them into extinction or ran them off, whatever. That's not necessarily true. I was going into town one day, and there's tons of cornfield here. And as I was coming up on this, I was in the middle of the road. I thought it was a deer as big as it was. I said, these damn deer. I mean, the deer are everywhere here. You couldn't. I think they should have said you hunt for free up here. That's how many deer are up here. They're everywhere. They always come through there's a field over here, and then I'm between two really big fields. And there's really nothing in here for them to eat. There's some water down there. Maybe they can get some water, but there's really nothing for them to eat. So they're always passing through, going to this field over here. I see them down there all the time. Hear them. But anyway, I thought it was a deer, but it was a freaking cougar. And I hated it because I couldn't get my phone out in time to take a picture of this thing. This thing was freaking huge, and it was just going from one cornfield to the next cornfield. And yeah, I was like, oh my God, it's a freaking cougar. So cougars are still here. And actually a black bear was spotted about 15 miles from here. You know, I just think we're just running them out of their habitat, and they're just coming wherever they can find food or wherever they can go and do their thing. And, you know, you can't hate on them for that, but we don't have any. I wish we had some wild boar, man, running around here. That would be fun to try to shoot and have some damn baby back ribs off those bad boys. I'm always thinking about food, I guess you can tell, but I'm always thinking about what I'm going to kill and eat here one day. I'm definitely going to kill a lot of deer. I'm going to have a freezer full of deer. I mean, I'll probably get some, I will say that, but we'll see. I'm going to grow some, have some lamb down there too, and eat those deer and whatever else I can kill up here. Maybe some squirrel, some rabbit. Just a lot of wild game. Really want to start cooking with that kind of stuff, and you know, getting what the land gives me. Getting what the land gives me, for sure. Smallest things here that'll kill you. They won't kill you, but they'll tear you up, man. There's a lot of ticks here. A lot of ticks. I've actually treated this ground. I don't get them nearly as bad as I did, but I had to treat the ground just to kill all the ticks. I had to do it the first time I was here too, because I was coming inside with 5 or 6 ticks on me, man, after even spraying. So I had to fight the ticks, and I'm still going to do some more tick killer down here. Mosquitoes, man. The mosquitoes here are the size of bats. I mean, everything's Jurassic here. Everything's big, and everything's trying to kill you. So, like I said, this is definitely not for pussies. If you're a pussy, don't come out here. Don't think you can live off grid. Don't think you can hack it. I've been out here for 2 years, man, almost 2 years, and it took me a long time to adjust to it. City living, you know, being from Nashville, coming back out to the country, it took me a while to adjust to it, because there's just a lot of things out here you got to be worried about. You know, when I'm out here, I'm heavily armed. Trust me, from head to toe, I'm armed. So, because you just don't know what you're going to run to out here, what's going to be on the trail. I've run in a couple of snakes walking up my trail, and they raise their head looking at me like, what the hell are you doing here? And that's the nature of the beast out here, man. This is actually, before I got here, this was their land. This was their land. I'm actually the intruder. So, you know, I think we're coexisting out here the best we can. I really have not shot anything big. Nothing's attacked me. And I'm not really scared of anything. I mean, there's been times I've walked around here with just a knife, you know, and sometimes I've walked around here with nothing. But usually I try to have something, because you just don't know what you're going to run up on. And this is a lot of property. It's big. Like I said, I've just started exploring that down there. I got a trail halfway down to this pond, more than halfway down. Actually, probably about 40 yards from it. I really need to finish that off, but it got pretty thick. The closer I got to that pond, the thicker the trees got. I was sawing down trees left and right and raking and moving stuff. It became a job about 40 feet or 40 yards from it. So we'll get there. We'll get down there. We'll spend more time down there, because that's what keeps these animals away. Once you start making your footprint, Skylar, sometimes she stays out. I don't let her in at night. She stays outside and barking all night long. She's just chasing shit out of here. You know, there's stuff that comes out here. A lot of stuff's nocturnal, man. They come out at night. So, I think that's it. So the question was, what am I scared of out here predator-wise? Basically, whatever's trying to kill me. That's it. So thanks for your question, man. Thanks for communicating with me, and let me know what you guys have ran into out there as far as wild animals and stuff, where you're at. But anybody that's out here trying to do this, I strongly suggest lots of guns, lots of ammo, and some big ass dogs. And stay vigilant to what's around you. Be very cautious of surrounding, and go and walk on your property, man. I don't know how many acres. I mean, I know I've talked to people who got 51 acres, 100 acres out here. I know you can't, you know, walk all that and deal with all that, but what your living area is, you definitely need to understand what's around you. What's around you. Yeah, I'm drinking Still Reserve today. I don't have the Budweiser. I do have like a few more Budweiser, but I think I'm gonna go into town and see what I can find beer wise. I think I'm gonna get something fruity. I'm gonna move for some fruity beer. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Later on today, I got to put a battery in one of my cars and maybe do a little weeding. I got some blackberries coming in, but they're behind a wall of weeds. So I think I'm gonna weed eat these weeds down where I can get these blackberries later on and get to them, eat some fresh blackberries. That's gonna be so good. But anyway, I hope I answered that question. Does anybody got anything for me, or got some predator stories to talk to me about? Hit me up. Appreciate y'all, man. Much love to you. Thank you.